In this daily drop, we're going to talk about a product that I think you might want to have in your kit when you're in a small crew situation and you're trying to handle shine on talent. So let's go. All right, everybody, here we are in the barn again. Hopefully we will not have big sheets of ice falling off of this roof while I'm doing this episode. It has been happening throughout the day as it's warming up after this ice storm that we had. Just finished the weekly live stream, and I want to talk to you about makeup. Well, not makeup as a whole. Honestly, as a producer and somebody who has done a lot of production in the past, one of my top crew positions that I try to fill on any production that we're going to have talent in is a makeup artist. But sometimes the budget does not allow that, so you have to coordinate, especially with female talent, in terms of what they're going to do in regards to makeup. And for male talent, it is always a good idea, and also for female talent, to have something to take a little bit of the shine off when you are in situations where you have to deal with that. If you heard that, I'm just going to keep going here. That's the ice falling off of the roof. If you didn't, then I have to say that Mix Pre 6.2 and the noise assist is doing a fantastic job. But that happened pretty quickly, so you might have heard that. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of products here. Now, this one that I'm pointing at here, this is the product that I've used for many, many years to take the shine off of people. What's great about it is it's a gel-based product. It doesn't matter what the person's skin tone is. It's neutral, and you usually apply it with something like these little wedges. And what's nice about wedges is that you use one or a couple for talent handling the T sort of area here and just taking shine off in general. If you've got bald people like me, you're kind of handling all of that. And once you've used it, you throw it away, and then you can just use additional wedges. Now, the problem is that this particular product, as far as I can tell, is no longer available. So I still have a little bit of it left, and I'm using it sparingly, but you have to have an alternative. Now, prior to that, I was using products like this: rice powder, the Ben Nye Media Pro HD powder. Powders are great, but they tend to, especially this type of powder, be very, very white, so not as universal for skin tone. So they do a good job of taking shine down using something like this kabuki brush, but it introduces a couple of problems. Number one, when a person starts to sweat and if they start to get nervous, that tends to be what happens. These products tend to show more quickly. Secondly, when you're using a brush and you have multiple talent, you have to have something like this brush cleaner here, because each time you're using that same brush, it has to be cleaned, has to be sanitized, so on and so forth. By the way, if you're wondering how I'm keeping this bottle here so it's not moving, and this is just here, this gaff tape, so it's a seal if I'm traveling with it. It's because I'm using this stuff, which I've talked about in the past, this alien tape. You got to be careful with it. It is incredibly sticky. It's fine on a surface like this, but it's great when you want to keep things in their place. I am only using it here with the bottle. So if you're not using powders and you're not using this product here, which I can't pronounce properly, but is no longer readily available, then what are you going to use? And I think it's this stuff here. So this is also from MAC. It's part of their Studio Fix line. It's called Mattifine 12-Hour Shine Control Primer. And just like this other product, what's nice about it is when a person starts to get nervous or starts to sweat, they may feel it, but generally it controls that, and you don't really see it on camera. Now, the difference is this shows up as opaque to begin with, as opposed to clear, but it will, once you actually apply it, basically be a clear product. I'm just going to do this the sloppy way because it's just me. I would never do this with talent, but I'm just going to go ahead and apply this. Probably, using too much of this for now for the series, but just to kind of take shine off, I would apply this again with the wedges if this was talent. So I'd be, please close your eyes gently. You handle the shine, blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. And you have to be comfortable doing this. And again, not my choice on every production, but you get the idea. This is readily available. You can get it. It's about $30 a bottle or thereabouts. You can buy it at a local Mac store. They usually have it, but you can also buy it online from places like Amazon. So I'll put a link to it. Hopefully that helps. That product really does work. I can't actually, I'm not monitoring myself, but I can tell that it's more matte right now. I can feel that, and I may need to apply some more, but it really works. It has a ever so slight scent to it. I did prefer this product slightly. There's a couple of other things out there that you can do some research on, but this is the way I would go right now. And hopefully that's useful. Get some of that stuff. Get some of these wedges. Put them in your kit. Don't forget to. And I'll see you on the next episode of The Daily Drop.